You see a cute dog on the street. As long as you ask for permission, it is okay to approach and interact with the dog, right? And if you have children, always teach them to ask first before petting the dog, right? Well, actually, not really. It is Jose here from Train Me Please. Let's go. See, the situation that I just described is certainly a million times better than just assuming that we can approach and touch unknown dogs on the street. It does offer at least a little bit of politeness and a small speed bump before we are putting hands on the dog. With that said, in my opinion, it is still not the best thing we can do when we see a dog in a public space, especially if the dog is on lead. Dogs, like humans, have their own personalities and preferences and may not want to be approached by strangers. Some might be really fearful of strangers or of unknown children or unknown dogs. Some will not like any of those things. It is their right to not be approached by people when they are out in a public space. It is also not our right to just assume that dogs enjoy interacting with people that they do not know. It is also not our right to assume that simply asking for permission first makes it totally fine. Sometimes it does, but not always. Now, let's talk children for a second. I am really sorry if this goes against a strong previous belief that you might have had. But it is super important for me, so I will share it here. I think that it is super important that we teach children that they should not approach and pet unknown dogs out in public, even if they ask for permission first. The reason for that is that when we ask that question, we could be instantly making the situation unfair. See, for many dogs and for many dog owners, this would be fine and they could both be interested in this type of interaction. But what if they aren't? Are they going to say no when a very polite child asks for it? Maybe they will, but many people with a more introvert, anti-conflict personality will agree to that interaction even if they would prefer that it didn't occur. I know this for a fact since I have some of those behavioral traits myself, and I have some friends, clients and family members that would feel uncomfortable in that situation. Some of them pretty uncomfortable. That's the reason. The person might not want that interaction to occur and still agree with it. Dogs often do not want those interactions either. Another issue that I see regularly is when the owner wants the stranger to approach and pet the dog, but the dog does not want that interaction. We will instantly become better citizens if we stop assuming that all dogs and owners want to be approached by strangers, and that includes children. So, what can we teach children instead? We can teach them that we can simply admire and appreciate the dog from where we are. We can tell them interesting facts about dogs. We can try to guess the dog's breed and other characteristics about them. We can tell them that if the dog wants to be near us, they will approach when they feel ready, not the other way around. I will explain a specific situation in which I think it is perhaps a bit more okay to touch an unknown dog in just a second. But first, could you please click the like button down below and share the video with someone that you think might benefit from this information? Cute photo as a thanks. One of the situations in which I sometimes will consider touching an unknown dog is the following. I am at the park and an off-leash dog approaches me, and their body language is telling me that they are keen to receive physical contact. I also check to see if the dog's owner is super relaxed and okay for me to do that. When in doubt, I do not presume that an unknown dog wants to be touched by me. Also, please don't lean over and pet them on top of their head. Coming down to their level and touching them under the chin or chest is usually a better option. I also like to implement brief consent tests. This means that I often stop touching the dog. If the dog approaches again and nudges my hand, I know that most likely they are enjoying the interaction. A behavior consultant can help you with all this stuff and with interpretation of canine body language. This book here can also help a lot. Link in the description below. Now, if you are going to memorize one message from this entire video, let this be the one. Do not approach dogs on the street. Let them approach you. And teach your children this. This video is supported by all of you that have offered me a coffee or a few coffees. It is an easy, fun and informal way to show your support for this channel. If interested, I will leave a link in the description below. Now, could you do me a favor and leave me a comment down below with the keyword citizen? That will let me know that you watched the video to this point. So, where to from here? Well, this video here might be a good option. Tchau pessoal, até breve!